What a matchup we have for you today. Kai Greene versus Branch Warren, both from the 2009 Mr. Olympia. As you can see here, Kai placed a devastating fourth place. He even beat Phil Heath. That's right, Kai Greene beat Phil Heath at the Olympia. And Branch Warren placed an unforgettable second place here. So I'm sure on paper and in most people's minds, there's no competition here. There's no contest. Branch was much better. But Kai Greene, he was a newcomer. And sometimes those up and comers, they're overlooked a little bit. So could it be that Kai Greene was better than Branch Warren at the 2009? I mean, after this, a little while after this, Kai was beating Branch every single time they stepped onto the bodybuilding stage. So it is possible. I think absolutely Kai Greene is destroying Branch Warren in the front double. Look at the arms. Forearms not the best for Branch. Tricep or bicep as well. Kai Greene, very aesthetic looking for a big mass monster. Huge wheels. Normally Branch is just toying around with people. And it was actually hard to get any side-by-side pictures of these two dudes from the 2009 Olympia, but I did see other ones. I did see other side-by-sides, and Kai, he's a monster compared to the littler monster, Branch Warren. I would like to see the scale weight. But we can't spend all day on one pose. Here is the front lat spread, so you might just as well mark down two poses for Kai Greene. And the condition, judging by these two pictures, of course, we weren't there. Well, I wasn't there. Some of you folks were there. Judging by these pictures, the condition, I think, is close enough to say that Kai would win based on the two shots. But it's bodybuilding. I mean, come on. Oh, by the way, Kai did lose to Branch the following year. He wet the bed in 2010. Kai Greene, he lost to Ronnie Raquel. For goodness sakes. Taking nothing away from Ronnie Raquel. He was good. Turn to the side here. Side chest development. Okay. Now, upper body condition seems to be maybe in favor of Branch Warren. The midsection absolutely goes to Branch Warren. But is it condition or is it just vascularity? You can't confuse the two. I think it's thin skin condition. But when you look at the lower half, Kai Greene, wow. You think Branch Warren had the best legs in bodybuilding history? Kai Greene would be knopping. He'd be knocking on his door, for goodness sakes. But the midsection, I don't know. Look at the size of Kai's arms, his triceps, biceps. He's ginormous. Did we miss something? Did we not realize how big Kai Greene was back when he competed? I mean, take a look at this. Kai Greene next to Marcus Ruhl. I mean, sure, Marcus was a little bit past his prime here, but he was still a mass monster. Kai Greene's biceps are making Marcus Ruhl's look like a classic physique division competitor. With all due respect, wheels as well. So Kai, he's huge. Here's a side tricep. A good pose for both gentlemen. Quite surprised, actually. Kai Greene, I was never impressed with this shot. Kind of like along the lines of a Ronnie Coleman. It was maybe his weakest pose. But you rewind the tape back to 2009, and clearly the guy had an amazing side tricep. No wonder he beat Phil Heath that year. Has he beaten Branch? Branch looks picture perfect here. Look at this. If not for the size of Kai, I would say Branch is walking away with it, maybe even condition. Kai has a special type of condition. Less in the way of vascularity, but very hard and grainy looking. I mean, I don't see no body fat on this physique. Put him in a wind tunnel. The only thing that's going to move is his hair. I mean, the wiener, I don't know. I apologize. Go to the back. Here is where it gets controversial. Branch? No doubt. I think he has a condition edge. Glutes? Hamstrings? Slightly drier. And this is going off pictures, folks. You can only tell so much, but yes, you can tell some stuff, like the thick lat insertions of Kai, much better than Branch. Branch has better traps. I don't know. Is it condition or the full lats that you desire? I guess it is an argument. Branch usually running roughshod all over anybody in the glutes, hamstrings department. Kai, and calves included. Kai, he's got great calves. He's got incredible hamstrings. Looks like one big smushed raisin back there. So, close. Go to the back double. Much better pose, I think, for Kai. Lat insertions couldn't be drawn out any more perfectly. Look at that. That is maybe one of the best back double buys in the history of bodybuilding. Could be. Interesting situation here. Branch sticks out his other leg, his other hamstring. And it's better. And I don't think Kai's is as good as his other leg. So in this situation, using these two wheels, looks like Branch does have pretty substantial lead in the lower half. But his back double, it is not as good as his rear lat. I mean, if you're going to be mean, you could say his rear lat. It doesn't suck. I was going to say that, but it doesn't suck. I said if you were going to be mean. I'm trying not to be too mean to these guys nowadays. You know, second place at the Olympia. Should be able to take some criticism at that height, right? Well, maybe. Probably not from a dingbat like me. So Kai wins a lot of these shots with a little finalization saying Branch is perhaps more conditioned. Here's the abs and thigh. Much like a lot of these shots, Kai is winning on size. In my opinion, aesthetics. And aesthetics, I know I'm going to take some heat for this, but that should be the last in line in terms of judging. Small waistline, size of the muscle, and condition, all those things are mathematical. You can't argue with it. But aesthetics, that's a personal opinion. So what one guy finds aesthetic, not everybody's going to find that. So, or quite so anyway. Like an Andrew Jack, sure, he looks great, but I argue and say a Thierry Pastel. Now that is bodybuilding. Or what did Arnold say? No, that is posing. You know what I mean. But back to the task at hand. Abs and thigh would go to Kai Greene. With, again, you have to write about that condition. But the overwhelming size is unbelievable. Here's actually a side-by-side from the Olympia. And it, like I said, very difficult to find pictures of these guys. They did not compare them very much at all. I don't know why. Look at Victor there. Victor Petrenko? No. He was a figure skater. Well, figure skating, bodybuilding, same thing. Here's the most muscular. Another pose for Kai. Is there any poses that go to Branch Warren? Seriously? You could argue the side tricep. And I guess you could argue the side chest because of the midsection, but I don't know. If anybody could convince me that Branch is winning any other poses. Kai, much bigger, more muscular. Branch has an edge in condition. Might be on an unpopular opinion, but I think Branch, he may have been gifted in 2009, with all due respect. Of course, I was not there. The condition may have been so much better that, yeah, you'd have to give it to him. But judging by these pictures, I think Kai beat him. And Kai placed what? 4th? A lot of people say Dexter the Blade Jackson beat him. So what was the big push for Branch Warren? You know what I think? I think that they thought that Jay was going to come in even worse, and he wasn't going to win. So they had their sights set on this big Texan. They even brought Stone Cold Steve Austin in, just in case Branch did win. They were going to have a big celebration of bald Texans. But Jay ruined everything, but they still kept Branch in that position. I just don't get it. Let me know in the comment section below. Am I totally off on this one? Is there anybody out there that agrees with me? Hit thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel. I never say that. Subscribe to the channel. But seriously, you guys are going to get me up to 56,000 subscribers. That is sobering, even for me. Have a great one, folks.